What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to give you 10 ways to spend less this Christmas or this holiday season. First, I really want you to unsubscribe from those emails that just get blasted to you every single day. They are professional marketers. They know how to get you. Eventually, they will, most likely, if you do not unsubscribe from those emails. So just take that off the table and unsubscribe so you're not tempted with constant things every single day. Number 2 is going to be make a list of all the people that you would like to give gifts to or do something for this holiday season. Number 3 is to look at your savings. How much do you have? Do you have your emergency fund? Do you happen to have a Christmas fund or a holiday fund or something like that? Most of us don't. Most of us have not planned that far ahead. If you have, that's awesome. You could just take that number and divide it out appropriately to the people on your list. But if you don't quite have that savings, then you're gonna have to get creative. And that brings us to tip number 4, which is to look at your budget. How much are you working with? Do you have extra at the end of the month after your bills are paid? And if not, is there things that you can cut out or really reduce in these next couple of months or immediately to start tucking away some money for gifts or experiences that you want to gift to other people? Maybe you can temporarily discontinue some of your subscriptions. You can really try a rice and beans diet or something to really help you avoid credit card debt. And that's a big reason I am going over this stuff, because I want to help you avoid the massive debt that a lot of people get into over the holidays and have to pay for the rest of the entire year when they could have done some creative things to avoid that in the first place. Within your budget, if you do have a surplus, you do have some extra that you're working with, you could take this number and strategically allocate it to people that you really want to give gifts to. If you do have some extra in your budget, you're gonna wanna spend it really wisely, because if you just start buying stuff right off the cuff without even paying attention to it, that money's gonna dry up really quickly. Tip number 5 is to look at your list and ask yourself, how important is it that this person actually receive a physical monetary gift of some sort? Because not every person needs to receive a gift. Everyone gains different values from gifts and feels differently when they receive it. Like myself, gift giving or gift receiving is very, very low on my love language. If you've ever read the 5 love languages, gift giving is the bottom one. So if somebody gives me a gift, it doesn't necessarily make me feel any more loved than had they just said, Happy birthday or Merry Christmas or whatever it is. I don't need a physical gift to feel that person's love. So there could be plenty of people on your list that feel that same way. And getting them a gift, it could just cause you more financial stress and not really add that much extra value to their life. And of course, it's great when I do receive gifts. It is nice and I do appreciate it, but it doesn't make me think any higher of that person. So that's why I would definitely hate for somebody else to put themselves in a financial pinch to get me something. But there are some people that really gain a ton of value from receiving gifts, and that may be their number 1 love language. So if you know the people on your list, you might have a good idea of who those people are, and those are the people that really should get a larger portion of the money you have available for a gift, because they're just gonna get that much more value from it than other people might get from it. Number 6 is to consider other alternatives besides spending money on gifts. You can offer a service if there's something that you're really good at. You can consider making a gift if you're handy and crafty. You can look on YouTube for some ideas, and you could do a bunch of the same type of gift. Like I've seen those hot chocolate canisters or cookie in a jar type of things, where maybe you spend some money to get everyone something similar that you can kind of bulk create, save yourself some money, and still make somebody feel special or give them a little something. Number 7 is to consider group gifting. You could team up with a friend or a family member, and instead of everyone buying something small or even something large, just consider pooling your money together to offer a gift to somebody else. And maybe it's a pre-agreed thing that you all come to terms with, or you just decide that amongst yourselves. Like if you've got a group of friends, maybe a couple of you come together to give a gift to one person that really values gifts, and maybe the others don't value as much, so you agree amongst yourselves to not even gift each other things. Tip number 8 is to consider a white elephant or a secret Santa. For this, if you have a large family, it works really great because you can, instead of buying each person in your family a gift, and even with smaller families, you can just buy one person in your family a gift and say, hey, let's all do this together and save our money, and maybe we save our money for a family vacation later in the year or something else, instead of just buying each other gifts. And on the note of white elephants and secret Santas, do not feel pressured to participate in your office secret Santa or any of those that you maybe wouldn't even get that person a gift anyway, but you kind of want to participate. No, you're at work to make money, not spend it. So unless you really, really have a close connection to your coworkers and really want to participate for fun because you would like it or enjoy it, then yes, of course do it. I don't want you to be so deprived and so strict that you don't participate, but you really have to go back to your budget and your savings. It's not worth it to put these things on a credit card so that you could participate in a secret Santa. If you are in that position, I would definitely opt out. Tell people like, hey, this isn't a priority for me this year. I have other goals that I'm trying to accomplish, and so gift giving is lower on the list and I'm just not going to participate, but I appreciate you, and maybe you can even write a card out or just give somebody a note on like why they're important to you and things that they've done for you over the year that like you've really appreciated and valued. That can mean a lot more than an actual gift too. Number 9 is to focus on your bigger picture goals. Think about the things that you want out of your life and from your life. Whether you're saving for a home one day, or you're trying to pay off your credit card debt, or you want to replace your clunker car or something, whatever your goals are, those are the things to focus on when you are really tempted to spend money on gift giving or things that maybe just don't move the needle in your life as far as progress and growth. Because again, going into debt for these things, it's just going to move you backwards, and you have to remember, if you always do what you've always done, you will always have what you've always had. If you've always gotten gifts, if you've always kind of been in that cycle of getting gifts and then paying down the debt, and then getting gifts and paying down the debt, it's time to stop that. There's no better time like the present. So you can make a decision to make your goals a priority and important to you, and let people know. And if people don't respect that, then that's on them. And step number 10 is to think back to last year, last holiday season, last Christmas, or last birthday, whatever holiday it is that you're celebrating right now. Try to remember the gifts you received and the gifts that you gave. Can you remember what they are? A lot of times we get really caught up in this gift giving thing, but if you think back to last year, you probably can't remember most of what you received or what you even gave. So use that as a frame of reference as you are going into this holiday season. If you can't remember what you received, other people probably can't remember what they received either. So for you to go into debt or to stress yourself financially out, it just doesn't make sense for something that really isn't long-term memorable or important for the big life picture. And even if you don't have to go into debt, if you've got some money saved, do you really want to spend a good chunk of that on gifts and giving other people stuff? Maybe, because maybe you get a lot of value and joy from that. But maybe there are other things that would bring you more satisfaction, and especially if people aren't even going to remember what you give them, why do it? And lastly, I want you to remember what the season is all about. Just because it's become super duper commercialized doesn't mean it has to be that way in your household. You can create new traditions to replace gift giving or to add into gift giving if you just don't want to do something simple. You can wake up and bake cookies for breakfast and then watch a holiday movie or something. You can volunteer at a shelter or do something to give back to the community. There are so many different things that you can do besides just waking up, seeing what Santa brought, or rushing down and tearing open all the Christmas gifts and going along your way. You can create new, meaningful, valuable traditions to share with your family that really you can look forward to, love, embrace, and find ways to celebrate and show love without the gift giving. But just remembering what the season is all about and loving and supporting each other through this time and coming together is really important. And it's not all about gifts. It's not all about money and finances. And the last thing I want you to do is leave the holiday season feeling financially stressed, because that just really sucks and I don't want that for you. So I hope these tips added value to your life. Let me know what your favorite one is below. If you plan to do any of these things, I would love to know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.